Jared, it's been a historical week for the game of ice hockey, not just in this country, but around the globe, with the news that Sully coming out and saying that he's bisexual. I mean, what does that mean for the sport in general?
I think it's huge. I've been around the game a long time. The game's been around a long time, and no one's ever come out and said that they're gay, bisexual. We've seen it in minor hockey now and in certain situations with younger people, but I think for a role model playing a professional, the game of hockey at a professional level, it's a huge statement, and the courage it took for Sully to do that is very respectful, and I'm proud of him for doing that.
It's been received with huge positivity and a lot of support for Zach and for the community in general. But there has been some bit of negatives and people asking why it's news. I mean, that's a bit of a shame, but it kind of explains why it is news.
Yeah, I mean, it's unfortunate. There's always people that are going to look for negatives in any kind of situation. But to those people that are saying that, I've seen quotes that there's hundreds of thousands of LGBTQ people in the world who have already come out. And that's great, and I respect that, but not one of them is a professional hockey player. It's known as a man's game and a tough guy sport, and to do it on a stage where people recognize you, and you go into buildings where teams hate you and dislike you, and putting yourself out there like that to take what potential negativity might come your way is big. But I think Sully's point in coming out is to make it so no one has to. It's just accepted. If we can live in a time where it doesn't matter how you identify yourself, your sexuality, your sexual preference, whatever it is, but where we live in a time where it's just accepted, then Sully doesn't need to do something like that. But he recognized he had a platform, and he wanted to help people who can't be themselves and live as themselves and be comfortable with who they are, be comfortable with themselves, and they have him to look up to. So I think it's massive. I think it's going to gain huge traction, not just here, but worldwide. And I think I know a lot of professional hockey players around the world have already reached out to him and expressed their support and how proud they are of him. They don't even know him, so it's big. So to those people looking for something negative, focus on something else.
How have you seen the game adjust with that kind of attitude over the last 20 years? You say hockey has been seen as a very masculine sport. Has it changed?
Oh, big time. I think in general, society's changed. It's become more accepting and more understanding. I think when I first started out as a pro hockey player, nobody really understood how someone could be gay or bisexual or a transgender or identify themselves a certain way. And now there's so much backing up how it takes place, and that it's a natural thing. People are starting to understand that it's okay, and they're not different. They're being themselves. They were born a certain way, and they're proud to be that way. And I think the rest of us are starting to accept that we should be proud of them too, because it takes courage. And I mean, some people have trouble breaking up with a boyfriend or girlfriend because they find it too hard, and magnify that by a million. And that's what Sully just did. And to other people who have come out and felt that they couldn't, I respect everybody who appreciates who they are and wants to make a stand for who they are, as long as they're not hurting themselves and not hurting other people. I think the rest of the world should just be fine with it.
This Storm team is known as being quite a tight-knit team. The locker room is pretty tight. Has this just reinforced that?
Yeah, I think so. I think it's a huge compliment to the rest of us when Sully can come out and say that a big reason why he felt he could do it was because of who his teammates are and the organization and staff, and then some of his friends around the league. Because it's not easy to tell anybody you're not who people see you as. You're someone else. And the funny thing is he came out and told everybody, and we still see him as the same Sully. He's no different, and we appreciate and respect him 100%, and we're happy that he felt comfortable with us, and that he felt comfortable that we had him standing with him to make a statement.
Switching just to on ice, the team are on a real good run at the moment. We have Guildford at home this Saturday and then away to Coventry Blaze on Sunday. What do you think's changed since the new year with this team?
I think guys are buying in on the simple side of the game, understanding that when we play in a smaller arena and then go to bigger arenas, the one thing that we can control is our style of play. And Finner's always remained positive with us and built us up to believe that he sees a good group in us and that we're capable of doing much more than what we were. And I think we recognized too that we weren't losing by lots. We were in every game, we were competing every game, and I mean there's the odd one that we were embarrassed about, but it's a group that really likes each other and is proud of being this group. And so the hard work's coming. It continues every day. We continue to work hard, and we're starting to find that chemistry amongst lines. We've stuck with the same lines for quite a while, and obviously when you have a goalie like Ginner behind you, then you know that mistakes made can be resolved, and we try and limit those now, and I think we've done a better job of it, and we're just having fun. We're not putting so much pressure on ourselves.
And how are you enjoying it, perhaps being a bit of a mentor too? We've got a lot of first-year pros in this team. It's not easy coming over to the UK and to Europe first of all, but as a first-year pro, that must be very difficult.
Yeah, we definitely have a young group, and with Lane and I being could pretty much parent some of these kids, that it's been fun. I think it's neat because it just felt like yesterday where I was in that situation and I was hanging around older guys who had played the game for a long time and had a lot of knowledge, and I think for Lane and I, it's been fun getting to see these players develop, getting to see them mature into elite level athletes, and build their own confidence to potentially build a strong and long career for themselves. So I've enjoyed it. It's different, obviously. You never want to be known as the old guy, but if you can fit in and hang out with the young guys, then I'm happy. And
finally, I mean, how are you enjoying playing in front of the fans here at the Storm Shelter? I mean, since Christmas time, the atmosphere in this building has just been electric.
Yeah, it's been insane. I think that's a big reason why we've had more success at home, is because the fans have been pouring in huge numbers to support us. They get loud, they're proud. The energy level in here is something I don't think people realize is so motivating. It's fun when you're standing just outside the dressing room before you step on the ice, and you hear the drums banging and the Manchester Storm chants, and then you hear the rival teams trying to get into it, and they have their little battles back and forth, and it makes it fun and exciting for us, and I think it makes it a lot more fun for the fans too.
Okay, thanks for your time, Jared. Good luck for the weekend.
Yeah, thank you.